This is Josh Nordic with Mountain Fit, and this is a 5-part video series, introduction to how the conditioning aspect of the Mountain Fit training programs will work. So this video is going to be on the autonomic nervous system, and I'm going to kind of break that down, get into the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic and what that means for conditioning. And in video 2, we're going to talk about how to use a heart rate monitor and heart rate variability based training. And then in video 3, we'll talk about dynamic energy control. And then in video 4, we'll hop into the proper way to warm up. And video 5 will be the proper way to cool down. So jumping right into the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is crucial for survival as well as performance and conditioning. It maintains the internal environment and determines which kind of movement might be useful. And it can be broken down into 2 branches. The first is the sympathetic branch, sometimes known as the ANS, the sympathetic nervous system. This is the fight or flight branch. So this is the system that's turned on when you're in a stressed out fight or flight mode. It's catabolic and increases the energy production for fight or flight, or for the body to take action when it's stressed out, or in particular when the body needs energy production or when it perceives a need for energy production, to be more specific. And then there's the parasympathetic branch. This is the parasympathetic nervous system. It's the PNS. This is like the rest, digest, and repair branch. That's a good way to remember it. This is anabolic and increases energy storage. So it's used when the brain perceives a need for energy storage. So when you're not stressed out, when you're relaxed, when you're just hanging out, when you're letting your body recover, is when this one is going to be taking over. So basically at all times, the autonomic nervous system is sensing the external environment and the perceived stress level to dictate an appropriate hormonal response to adapt the internal environment, like what's going on from the biochemical standpoint in your body, to that stress level. And when it gets into conditioning, the key point is that it's not just about how much energy you can produce, like what's the max amount of energy you can possibly produce. That's not where conditioning is. It's also about producing the right amount for the situation. So, for example, if I'm super stressed out and I'm jacked up, ready to go, and then I'm just going to be hiking for the next 7 miles, I'm going to be burnt out super quick. There's no reason to get into a super stressed out sympathetic state if I'm just going for a hike. So we'd want to be in the more of a parasympathetic activation part where we can last a lot longer in that situation. So if the autonomic nervous system is perceiving a threat, it will activate the sympathetic nervous system and produce too much energy and lead to early fatigue, is kind of the point I'm getting at. So in general, the role of the autonomic nervous system is to prepare the body for the perceived environment. So the sympathetic nervous system is linked to anaerobic work, which is like high intensity, maybe some high intensity interval training or sprints or anything where we're doing more work than the body can take in oxygen to keep up with. That's what anaerobic means, is without oxygen. Then the parasympathetic is linked to aerobic work, which means with oxygen. So that's more like long distance, slow, cardiac output method, which is something we'll talk about. It's kind of like that long, slow training. This is more about building a base and stuff like that. So yeah, this is video 1 on the autonomic nervous system. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the next one.